What's up, everybody? What's up, my neighbors? It's Black. And welcome back to the channel, the PW Hustle Zone. Yes, I'm back after not being on camera for a little over a month. I have been posting two videos here and there, some new ones, some old ones from the original PW Hustle YouTube channel before it got taken out by Japan because they don't know the meaning of fair fucking use. But yeah. I'm back here on the PW Hustle Zone after not being on here talking to you guys, after not being on the PVC network doing podcasts with Jimmy T, as he's been busy as all hell, doing with podcasts, the Blow All podcast, which is his and Jargo's show, and Jargo, since he's getting ready to move to Indiana, that workload is pointed towards Jimmy, so he's been busy as all hell getting that show up and running on the channel, and also doing shows with Chris on the PVC, the Wednesday Night Skirmish. They just uploaded a couple of episodes on there, so please go check it out if you can. But we're here now. We're here to talk about Wrestlemania 38, the most stupendous two-night Wrestlemania of all time. Suit me. Right here, just stupendous. One more fucking time, this whole room is gonna look like a fucking tornado. I'm just sick of tired of the taglines of the WWE is shove it down our throats. Like, we all know that most of these taglines are fucking freaking bullshit. Once in a lifetime, bullshit. In an era, bullshit. I mean, now it's pretty much for wrestling because Undertaker's going to Hall of Fame. Shawn Michaels was officially retired, and now since as of this past Monday, this past week, Triple H is now officially retired from WWE after having a cardiac event. So that's pretty much that statement is true, but it took almost a decade for that to happen. But you get what I'm saying. The taglines of these stupid matches in wrestling events is reason why some of these matches, some of these events have sucked. Like, don't get me started on the whole tagline they do using for Survivor Series, because we all know that BS. Case in point, we saw that shit broken this past Monday with Raw SmackDown Tag Team Champions go up against each other. And vice versa, we're having Raw SmackDown with Superstars go up against each other. But you get my drift. Bottom line is, even though WrestleMania 38 probably gonna suck for the most part, except for like 2 or 3 good matches on the card combined, night 1 and night 2, still give my predictions of WrestleMania 38, whether you like it or whether I like it or not. But with that being said, let's get to my predictions of WrestleMania 38. Night 1 and night 2. So night 1 of WrestleMania 38, you're gonna be doing a little bit of rapid fire real quick, because these are some of the matches I don't really care about as much. So I'll start off with the match that I don't give a shit about. Barry Corbin, or Happy Corbin, or as the guys from Wednesday Night Locker Room probably call him, Happy Fuckface, taking on the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. Now, McIntyre go win. He gotta win. I mean, there's no point of me going on for long about this, talk about this match for 2 or 3 minutes. McIntyre gotta win this match. He probably gonna be the first one to kick out at the end of days, because nobody has kicked out at the end of days against the undefeated Happy Fuckface. And probably gonna lead to a face turn from Madcap Moss, because for the past couple of weeks he's been cracking jokes that actually been funny and making fun of Barry Corbin instead of the stupid jokes he cracking on SmackDown here and there. But McIntyre gonna win this match easily. I mean, no point talking about this match any longer. Moving on, you can have a tag team match between New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, or King Woods, taking on Sheamus, the dumbass that broke Big E's neck, Rich Holland, and alongside them, we gotta have not Bush, It's Pete Dunne, okay? It's always been Pete fucking Dunne. I'm not called by Bush or any other name you gotta give him, alright? This is why I'm afraid for Tommaso Ciampa. Because they always change his music with some god-awful generic music from Def Rebel. And he might have his name changed to someone stupid like Bush. But still gonna call Pete Dunne, the Bruiserweight. Someone tells me there's gonna be a six-man tag. If Biggie his neck wasn't broken by the dumbass Rich Holland, but nonetheless, either with a 6-man tag or a 2-on-2 tag team match as it is right now, I still would have picked the New Day to win. Because let's be real, New Day are over. They always find a way to win matches, and that they always find a way to win matches, regardless of the situation. And this no different. Especially you have AJ Woods being Rich Holland in minutes with a freaking small package. So, I like the New Day changes here, and yeah, New Day wins over Strong. And then you got the SmackDown Tag Team Championships on the line. You have the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, 2/3 of the Bloodline taking on Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. The Usos gotta win this match, right? They have to. Why do I gotta sit here and have this match between Nakamura and Boogs versus the Usos? Like, the Nakamura and Boogs friendship, the partnership that ship is sailed. I mean, I'm over it. I'm done with this partnership. I mean, it worked for them during the whole King Nakamura gimmick, but now it's just really getting on my nerves to the point I just don't care for it anymore. So I'm sorry, Nakamura. I think it's time for him to you this Boogs as the Usos retain the titles and remain the longest reigning tag team champions on SmackDown history. So Usos always strong. We're the ones. Let's move on. The next match I want to talk about on night 1 of WrestleMania 38 is Seth freaking Rollins versus a mystery opponent. And I mean, I wonder who this mystery opponent gotta be. I mean, he just left the rival company. He had a city neck tattoo. He has a stupid interest that goes on for forever. He was power hungry, and he was a attention whore for the rival company for a bad several months. And it's fucking Cody Rhodes, okay? It's Cody Rhodes. Like, why are we even questioning and picking anyone else other than Cody? It's Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, okay? And I know H.R. Brown is saying otherwise. I know he's out there saying it might be The Undertaker versus Seth Rollins, but they're not gonna do the same thing they did 4 years ago with John Cena, and John Cena trying to beg for a match at WrestleMania against The Undertaker. It's not gonna happen. It's freaking Cody. They've been teasing it for weeks, ever since Cody Rhodes left AEW. Ever since it was rumored that he signed a contract with WWE. I'm not gonna say it's true until I see him at WrestleMania or after WrestleMania. But if it is Cody, they're not gonna have Cody Rhodes lose his first match back. It's not gonna happen. And if it does happen, then what was the point of having Cody Rhodes come back to WWE in the first place? But it's gotta be Cody Rhodes. I mean, I know someone's been posting gifs of certain multiple superstars that could be his mystery opponent at WrestleMania, but we all know it's not gonna be true. They got freaking John Cena. He posting gifts of John Cena, Goldberg, Asuka, Same Man. You know, he gonna be at WrestleMania. Gonna be at WrestleMania supposedly. I don't know what kind of capacity he gonna be, what kind of role he gonna play at WrestleMania, but he gonna be at WrestleMania. Rumor has it he was supposed to give a freaking Marco Stunt, a guy that recently left AEW because his contract wasn't renewed, or he didn't renew his contract because of budget cuts. I see AEW using that excuse now, but But at the end of the day, you gotta be Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. I mean, no other person, no other option you can think of. It's Cody Rhodes, okay? And if it is Cody Rhodes, I see Cody Rhodes winning. No, I'm not gonna make this my lock pick. That comes later. As the words of Bane, that comes later. But I am gonna have two lock picks. One for night one and one for night two. So stay tuned for that. But Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes over strong. Next match on the card, night one, is a match that I still to this day don't know why it's even happened in the first place. And that match is a tag team match involving Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio versus The Miz and Logan Paul. Again, why is this match even happening? I get it. The Miz is jealous of Rey Mysterio and his legacy. I mean, we all know that Rey Mysterio is one of the greatest, not only the greatest luchador of all time, but one of the greatest of all time. I get it. But that doesn't mean have Miz go out and just be jealous of him just because he beat him in the match, the pointless match at Saudi Arabia, the Elimination Chamber. Like, what's the point? And having Rey Mysterio be in this situation, the guy that's literally on the cover of your latest recent video game, WWE 2K22, the cover star of that guy of the game, he now resort to wrestling pre-shows for pay-per-views, and now resort to wrestling in a tag team match with his son against The Miz and a city-ass YouTuber. Like Logan Paul was embarrassed to lose by KSI. He was embarrassed by his loss against KSI that bad. He went on to move and went on to do wrestling. Like, really, like, I mean, you already know I'm picking the Mysterios to win this match. I mean, it's obvious that this match is gonna be the Mysterios' way. Like, I'm hoping that Logan Paul does have a good showing in this match. I really do, because excuse me, because I honestly I'm not that big fan of Logan Paul. I watched the videos a long time ago before the incident. Y'all know what incident I'm talking about, and I'm not gonna mention it on YouTube because they probably get banned or the probably get taken down. But you already know what incident I'm talking about. Just look it up on Google. But if Logan Paul comes out at the Wrestlemania match and has a pretty decent showing, then I'll take back almost everything I said about the guy leading up to it on social media, on here, on the PWC network. I'll take back everything I said, except for the fact that he's a piece of shit for doing what he did in Japan. Both that incident and just disrespected the culture in general. But if you had a decent showing, then I'll probably give him his props. But at the end of the day, going with the Mysterios, Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio to get the win here, and hopefully this feud with The Miz will be over and done with. But then again, I'm saying that now, and we hearing that Logan Paul might come back to do more stuff for WWE. So who knows what's gonna happen after this match? But the Mysterios will come out on top over Miz and Paul. Let's talk about the women's matches. The two women's championship matches that are gonna be happening on night one. And this is the match that should be main event night one for the women, but unfortunately it's not. And how fitting it would have been to have this match be the main event, because you have two of the women that main event their respective WrestleManias and won their respective WrestleMania main events. And I'm talking about Big Time Bex, the man Becky Lynch, taking on the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. And this match has been built up ever since SummerSlam. Ever since the infamous 27-second match between Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And ever since Becky Lynch had every chance she gets to embarrass and just humiliate Bianca Belair, just rubbing that loss in her face, and it's just eating Bianca Belair inside to the point that she needs to win this match at WrestleMania. She deserves to win this match at WrestleMania against Becky Lynch, and for Becky Lynch embarrassing her, humiliating her, trying to whip her braid out her socket, her hair, the head, and almost taking her out of commission with the throat injury she had, and yeah, there were times that Bianca Belair got her comeuppance, whipping the stomach, the abs of Becky Lynch the last day of the Black History Month, and this past Monday on Monday Night Raw, doing something that looked very similar to something that happened on another promotion. I mean, seemed like Bianca Belair was very inspired, and she's a big fan of Team Blondness. You know, Blonde Star, Chrissy Rain, and of course Amber Neal from Wild Woman Wrestling. She saw that episode last week or sometime before Monday Night Raw, and she figured, cut this business hair. And that's what she did. She cut the hair of Becky Lynch in the middle of the ring, having all the security guards and the referee looking dumb as hell, not doing the damn thing, like lumberjacks. And she cut the hair of Becky Lynch, embarrassing her this time around. And just yesterday, WWE posted a YouTube video on their channel, and Becky Lynch getting her haircut, and she has this new hairdo, haircut. She looks pretty badass. She will look more badass than she did before, like past few months. But I kind of like this the new look for Becky Lynch. I mean, I was afraid she could have the mom haircut, like the Bella Twins, but fortunately she does have that. She looks pretty damn cool here, and looking forward to see what her influence and what her looks gonna be, what's she gonna look like at WrestleMania against Bianca Belair. But despite all that, I still think Bianca Belair gonna win. I think she is gonna win the World Women's Championship. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think she's gonna be the first woman ever to win the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championship back-to-back WrestleManias. I don't think that ever been done before. And I think she deserved it. She had earned this opportunity, and she deserved to win the championship match against Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Not one. She's been working her ass off ever since she came to the main roster, and she still never lost to the SmackDown Women's Championship the way she did. And I want her to be the main chick on top for the Raw Women division. Especially you think about doing the stupid superstar shake-up nonsense that doesn't mean shit nowadays. That doesn't mean shit at all. But I want more challengers to come to Raw and challenge Bianca Belair. But I mean, in particular, women like Shayna Baszler, have her Shayna Baszler versus Bianca Belair, have Shayna Baszler be more of a killer instead of being a little babysitter for Natalia. I'm just saying. But all that being said, I figured Bianca Belair to win the Raw Women's Championship, and I think it's about time to have her win that championship over Becky Lynch. The story has been created a lead up to this, and I think it's time for Bianca Belair to take the title off of Becky Lynch. We go from one woman match that should be the main event to another that should not be the main event in any capacity. Be in WWE, AEW, Impact, New Japan, UFC, anywhere. This match, I don't know why it's happening. It shouldn't be happening, but it is what it is. It is Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey and her ridiculous punches for the SmackDown Women's Championship in the main event on night 1 of WrestleMania 38. What is there I need to say is except for this is my block pick for night 1 of WrestleMania 38, as I'm picking Ronda Rousey to take this title. Like, come on now, is it edible that she is taking the title off of Charlotte Flair? and be the first person to tap out Charlotte Flair. But again, we know that's bullshit because let's see. She got tapped out by Asuka. She got tapped out by Becky Lynch. And oh yeah, she got tapped out by Sasha Banks a couple of times. One in her hometown, Charlotte, North Carolina, when she got beat by Sasha Banks for the Women's Championship on Monday Night Raw. Does anybody forget about that? Guys, sorry how don't. I'm pretty sure people wrestling fans that have brains have not forgot about that. I mean, it's hard to forget about it because that picture has been plastered on social media for several years before this time around. But like, come on now, don't say that you gotta be the first person tapped out Charlotte Flair, knowing damn well there's women in the past that tapped her out that are way better than you. So please, fuck all the bullshit. So I'm not gonna talk about this match any longer. Ronda Rousey gonna win the SmackDown Women's Championship. That's my lock pick for night 1. Now let's get to night 2. Talk about those matches. Right after we talk about the KO Show segment that's gonna be closing out night 1. So KO, Kevin Owens, gonna be going 1-on-1 against Stone Cold Steve Austin, pretty much. The Texas Rattlesnake, the guy who honestly should have been a host of WrestleMania this year. I mean, all the people that host WrestleMania in the past that had not made sense at all. This would have been a perfect opportunity to have Stone Cold Steve Austin be the host of WrestleMania, not just get called out by Kevin Owens for a talk show, and it might be turned into a match that like a three-man match. So as far as this segment goes, it's gonna be pretty cool seeing Stone Cold Steve Austin in WWE ring. I mean, we remember how he came back to WWE for 316 Day during the pandemic, and he had to do it in an empty performance center. That was horrible. That was just dreadful to watch. But I'm glad he gonna be coming out to confront Kevin Owens finally, because it's been just history in the making pretty much, because Kevin Owens was using a stunner since 2019 and like having Stone Cold give him the blessing to do the stunner, and they lead up to this. Gonna be interesting to see how this goes. But if this does lead to a 3-man matchup, Stone Cold Steve gonna win this match easily, and it'll be cool to see him have a face to face confrontation, face to face combat, like fight, brawl, call it whatever you want, because it's been 19 years since we've seen him in an actual match. Because it's been rumored that he's gonna come back and have a match against Hulk Hogan. Thank God that didn't happen. But then again, if that would have happened, he would have open up can of whoop out on that racist bastard anyway. So either way, I'm glad to see I'm happy that we got to see Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania in Texas, because it's not gonna be it's not WrestleMania in Texas without the Texas Rattlesnake. I mean, come on now. So having him come out to confront Kevin Owens after he's been talking shit about Texas for a month, and been touring with the Martars for weeks, having him come out as Stone Cold Steve Austin it's gonna be like on the cake, seeing Stone Cold Steve Austin come out and just beat the living shit out of Kevin Owens, starting on the mohole, give him a couple of Stone Cold stunners, and of course closing out night 1 with the beer bath. And now we can go with night 2. Talk about those matches. Let's talk about night 2 of WrestleMania 38, WrestleMania Sunday as they are calling it. Again, do a little bit of rapid fire talk about the matches I don't really care about that much. Start off with the Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. I care about this. I was interested in this match at first, but ever since someone took part of this match, I don't give a shit about it anymore. Is Sasha Banks and Naomi, Team Bad, reunited, taking on the Women's Tag Team Champions, Carmella and Queen Zelina Vega, taking on Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley versus Shayna Baszler and Zarlia. Yeah, I don't care about this match because Miss Pussycat had to be part of this match, and I mean it was a tale of three stories. Could Sasha Banks win her first WrestleMania match? Could Liv Morgan finally win a championship? And can Zelina Vega and Carmella get on the same page? Now it's like, why the fuck is Natalia in part of this match? But I only want to see Sasha Banks and Naomi win the titles here. I want to see Sasha Banks get her first win at Mania. I think it's about time that she gets that first win. So I'm picking Team Bad, Naomi and Sasha Banks to get the women's tag titles at Mania. Next up, we have the Triple Threat World Tag Championship match between the champions, RK Bro, Matt Will, and Randy Orton versus Zeus, Alpha Academy, Otis, and Chad Gable, taking on new and not improved Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. I don't care if they're getting towards the heel turn or they're full-fledged heels. I don't care about the Street Profits anymore. I care more about RK Bro and Mr. Zeus, Chad Gable, and Otis. Alpha Academy Chad Gable has been pretty damn good right now. His character, he got in character now. At first, he was kind of stale. He didn't really get in character. His character and equipment needed a little bit of work. But ever since he did the Alpha Academy team with Otis, he's been really doing good as a character. And okay, bro, we already know how they're doing. They're the most popular team in WWE right now. So much I want to see RK Bro retain, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have Alpha Academy retain those titles, and I wouldn't be mad either way. I do know that the Street Profits are not going to win this match because we care about the Street Profits nowadays. But it's either gonna be Alpha Academy or RK Bro, and right now I lean towards our Alpha Academy. Thank you. The next match I want to talk about is a match that they announced this past Monday. Is going to be Omos taking on the returning almighty Bobby Lashley. Now, we thought this guy was going to be out for a few months due to a major surgery that he suffered at Royal Rumble, and it got worse at Elimination Chamber. But it turns out those stories were false, and WWE is known for doing this. They say that the injury is worse than expected, and then all of a sudden they throw you a curveball. They throw you an April Fool's joke. I mean, it's fitting because it's April Fool's Day, and have you thinking that the guy will be out for several amount of time, but it turns out he's just fine. And this is another case of that. Bobby Lashley versus Omos. This match was rumored a couple weeks ago, so it was kind of spoiled by us, but at the same time, it was still cool to see Bobby Lashley back, and now I think he's now a full-fledged babyface, and I'm all for it. He's still the almighty badass Bobby Lashley he was while he was WWE champion, while he was part of Hurt Business. That's cool. But as far as who wins this match, I don't think it would hurt either man. If they have Omos loses, I don't think it would hurt him. If Bobby Lashley loses, I don't think it would hurt him. But either way, I think it might. I want to go to Bobby. I want to pick Bobby Lashley, but it would not surprise me if they do like a no contest kind of thing, having them fight on the outside, and the referees counts them out, and just keep on building it till eventually we see Omos get that first loss. But if not going that route, then how about we just have Bobby Lashley win? Because I don't think Omos is ready to be a two-time former WWE champion. He's not done on that level yet. So I'm going for Bobby Lashley for the win. As far as who wins the Sami Zayn and John Knoxville Anything Goes match, nobody gonna win that match. Sami Zayn or Knoxville gonna win the match, but as far as us, we're not gonna win the match. And I'm pretty sure most people are gonna be going to the bathroom, or going to get a drink, grab a beer, or whatnot, because this match is gonna suck ass. And at the end, it's gonna be John Davila again, when with a little help from the jackasses, and Sammy they're gonna be pissed off and throw a hissy fit, talk about it. Oh, it's a conspiracy, yeah, whatever. John Davila over strong. Next match on the card is it may not be a bathroom break for some of you guys, depending on how you feel about this match. Depending on if you want to see a Super Bowl champion, the voice of Friday nights, beat the little crap out of this little piss hand that's been being a little punk ass bitch for weeks and weeks on end on Friday night SmackDown. And of course, I'm talking about the former part of Indianapolis Coast and podcaster on his own show, the Pat McAfee Show. Pat McAfee taking on Vince McMahon's bitch boy, Austin Theory. Now, as you guys have probably already heard the infamous interview that Pat McAfee did with Vince McMahon, Mr. McMahon offered Pat McAfee a match at WrestleMania, and we didn't know who he got to go up against until that Friday, where Austin Theory came in and slapped the taste out of Pat McAfee. And week after week, we've seen Austin Theory just being a little punk ass bitch, slapping Pat McAfee and went away to the minister's office, because he knows if Pat McAfee even stepped through his office and beat the crap out of Austin Theory, his career is over as a commentator and as a wrestler. So you already know who I'm gonna pick. I'm picking Pat McAfee. I mean, come on now. You cannot have this match and not have Pat McAfee win. Like, I mean, first off, he hasn't won a match in the WWE. He had 2 matches under his belt in NXT, featuring Adam Cole and Undisputed Era. He lost both of those matches with Adam Cole. One-on-one match with Adam Cole in the TakeOver 30, and the War Games match where he teamed up with Pete Dunne, Ori Lorcan, now back to Big Biscuit, and Daniel Burst. So it's only fair to have this guy first win happen at WrestleMania against this punk ass bitch Austin Theory. And no, that's not my lock pick of night 2. Like I told you before.
That comes later.
So it's gonna be intriguing to see how this match goes and what shenanigans gonna happen during this match. Cause I want to see Pat McAfee beat the crap out of this guy that stole Tyler Breeze's gimmick. Like, seriously, why the hell they gave this guy Tyler Breeze's gimmick taking selfies of his opponents when they got not knocked out? Tyler Breeze does that better than anyone else. I'm not even a big fan of Tyler Breeze, but at the end of the day, I'm taking Pat McAfee with this match. He had his first career win in WWE, and what better way to get your first career win in WWE than WrestleMania? Before we talk about the main event of night 2, I want to talk about my main event of night 2, a match that I was looking forward to the most throughout the entire WrestleMania 38 card. This match that has 2 of my favorite wrestlers of all time. One of my favorite wrestlers from WWE, and one of my all-time favorite wrestlers from TNA Impact. And now they finally go up against each other. And part of me hopes there's not gonna be one-time only match. I want this feud to extend after WrestleMania, but if it doesn't, I'm happy for it either way. And I'm talking about the match between the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, taking on the rated R superstar Edge for the first time ever. And now Edge called out, he threw out the gauntlet first. He called out anyone in the back who challenged him for a match at WrestleMania, and he would make him live forever. And so many people saw that, so many people heard Edge challenge anyone from back. We all assumed it was AJ Styles, and we were glad it was AJ Styles. And he came out, challenged AJ, he accepted Edge's challenge. Edge flat out said, "I want to pitbull AJ, and I want the AJ had been playing tag team best with almost for the past year, and that's when we saw the full-fledged heel turn for Edge, and hitting AJ Styles with 2 concertos back to back, and then that very next week we saw Edge come out with the ominous lighting, Undertaker style lighting, dark suit, dark demeanor, new music from the same guys that made Metalingus, surprisingly. Afterbirth, I think that the name of the band. But it's cool how the same guys that created Metalingus, his theme song for decades, seems like, is has his this new theme song he's walking out to, called the Other Side. But I gotta say, it's a pretty damn good song for especially for a heel version of S. But back on topic, this match is gonna probably be the match of the night. It won't surprise me if this match is a match of the entire WrestleMania card. I know we gotta have that other match that we're gonna talk about in a little bit, but this match right here, man, this is gonna be a match that this is gonna still show. I hope it does still show, because these two are known for having classic matches at WrestleMania. Like in particular, classic matches against Undertaker. Like we all know the match between AJ Styles and Undertaker, the Boneyard match, WrestleMania 36. People don't know how good that match was. The match was between Edge and Undertaker, WrestleMania 24. Like people want to remember Charles Robinson went out from the stage to the ring, trying to get that 2 count, because referee got knocked out. People will remember that match, that moment, but the match itself was just as good. So these two are capable of having a great match at WrestleMania against Undertaker and other individuals. As far as who win this match, I gotta pick the phenomenal one. I got to. I mean, I think this is gonna be as is ready to pass the torch to AJ Styles at WrestleMania, and if that's the case, then I'm all for it. But if Edge somehow wins this match and this turns into a feud, and we see Styles eventually get his win back on in a big pay-per-view, maybe in Saudi Arabia, or at I think SummerSlam is gonna be the next big pay-per-view. So either having AJ Styles get his win back at Saudi Arabia or at SummerSlam, or any other pay-per-view for that matter. It doesn't have to be a big pay-per-view, but have this be a feud if you want to extend the feud. When you want to extend this, make it into a feud. Don't just have it be a one-off match. This could be a good feud between Edge and AJ Styles. So if I were you, I'd extend it to a 2 or 3 match feud, and have these guys go back and forth, 50-50 booking, whatever the hell. But as far as who win this match, my mind says Edge, but my heart says AJ Styles. So I pick AJ Styles to win that match over Edge. Now let's talk about this match that we gotta have the self-acclaimed biggest WrestleMania match of all time. Yeah, it's gonna be tied for that title, champion for the champion, unification match between the Beast, Brock Lesnar, versus the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, WWE champion for the World Champion. What else do I need to say? Now, this is gonna be my lock pick right here, and again, like I said, with the Ronda Rousey Charlotte Flair match, it's inevitable that Roman Reigns will walk out with both championship belts. I mean, as much as people want to say that Brock Lesnar gonna win this match because he's the babyface, and we saw last couple times that in that title match, the baby faces win the matches. We've seen it with Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 35. We've seen it with Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30. I don't think that happened this time around. Brock Lesnar is a part timer, and like Winry said on Jimmy Fallon, that this is gotta be the end of the chapter, because we've seen these two face off for 7 years. The first time these two met was at WrestleMania 31, and they fought a couple times after that. They also wrestled at WrestleMania 34, which was the worst WrestleMania match they had, and now they back here at WrestleMania 38 in Dallas. Roman Reigns is now the longest reigning world champion. He took that claim from Brock Lesnar. He also took his advocate and turned into a wise man. This is a guy who's yet to beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. He beat him at SummerSlam, but he had yet to beat Brock at WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar won at WrestleMania 34. Someone's casting on Brock and Roman at WrestleMania 31. And now we're here at WrestleMania 38 with both belts on the line. I think it's time to have Roman Reigns solidify his legacy as the one. He always solidifies his legacy for becoming one of the greatest world champions of this generation and of all time. He's the only man that has been defending that championship night in and night out on pay-per-views. Not necessarily on SmackDown every month, but he has been defending that championship. He's been there every week as champion, almost every week. Unlike Brock Lesnar when he was world champion. So he want someone that gonna be on TV every week, not just there for the big matches, promoting the big matches. Why not have Roman Reigns take both belts, especially when USA is pissing and moaning about how they want Roman Reigns on their show on Monday Night Raw. So might as well. I think it's time to have Roman Reigns get the big win that he should have got at WrestleMania 34, but they didn't put a trigger on that because they did not want to have that match, and then with Roman Reigns being the winner of that match, with the crowd sitting over it in New Orleans. So at this time around, I think it's time to have Roman Reigns get that win over Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania finally. And yes, this is my lock pick. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think it's time for how the head of the table be the head of WWE officially by carrying both world titles. And that's all I gotta say about that. That's my predictions. Those are my predictions for WrestleMania 38, Night 1 and Night 2. Yeah, I understand it's probably gonna be a long ass video, but fuck it. I needed to get out of here and give you my predictions of the WrestleMania. And you made it this far to the video. I respect y'all, and I love y'all for that, and for pretty much just deal with my ridiculousness throughout this video. So thank you guys for people that subscribe, people that not subscribe. Thank you nonetheless, and hope you guys have a great time watching WrestleMania. Hope you guys are having a good time. You're in Dallas. Hope you guys are having a good time. Hope you guys are having a safe time down there. And hope you guys are staying safe, because the COVID is still a thing. So make sure you're staying safe out there. And let me know down below what your thoughts, what your predictions are for WrestleMania 38 down below. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, tap the bell on the YouTube bell, don't miss any of my videos. And yeah, have a WrestleMania weekend, everybody. Until that time, I'm Michael David, Black. I'm out.